What's up, guys? Swift here, covering everything Chicago Bears related. We have an injury report for Sunday's Bears-Lions game and some pretty big news when it comes to our draft pick positioning. Let's get right into it. The Chicago Bears now have a 93% chance of acquiring the number 1 overall pick in the draft via the Carolina Panthers. It's clear at this point that Poles has fleeced the Panthers, and this has to be taken into account when evaluating his future. He picked the worst team in the league to trade the number 1 pick to, and he's turned just one single draft pick into DJ Moore, Darnell Wright, Tyrique Stevenson, potentially the number 1 pick next year, and another valuable second rounder in 2025. Ryan Poles hit the biggest home run that any Bears general manager has hit in my lifetime. And last night was big for locking up that number 1 pick. The New England Patriots went out and beat Mitch Trubisky and the Steelers, giving the Panthers a 2-game lead by themselves for the number 1 pick, which belongs to us. With only 5 games remaining, we are in a great spot of getting the number 1 overall pick, but we are almost guaranteed to get a top 2 pick in next year's draft, as the chances of that pick falling below number 2 are getting pretty low, but we still need the Panthers to continue losing. Knocking on wood. I'll be rooting for a Panthers loss every week, but especially this weekend in an interesting matchup between 2 former number 1 overall picks, Bryce Young and Jameis Winston. This game should serve as a reminder to the fan base that taking a QB number 1 overall, no matter how many people are calling them generational, and yes, people called both Bryce Young and Jameis Winston generational, whether you heard it or not, and now that's the same thing people are doing with Caleb Williams. So it's just a point to remember that taking a QB number 1 overall does not guarantee you anything. And the last team that drafted a QB number 1 overall and went on to win a Super Bowl with that guy was when the Indianapolis Colts drafted Peyton Manning number 1 overall in 1998. And they didn't win a Super Bowl until 2006. But he still only got them 1 Super Bowl. And that's the last time it happened, more than 25 years ago. But let's go ahead and move on. The Bears also released their second injury report of the week, with a third due out later today. I don't expect many changes, but this team is getting healthy. Yannick Ngakoue was limited due to a knee, hoping that is just minor, and Equanimeous St. Brown missed practice yesterday with a pec injury. On the positive side, though, Larry Borom, D'Onta Foreman, and Tyrique Stevenson all got in back-to-back full practices and should be ready to go this weekend. Other than those couple of guys, though, this team is entering the stretch run as healthy as they've been all year long, and the Lions could be without 2 key starters. They placed defensive tackle Alim McNeill on the injured reserve. He will miss this game and at least 3 more. McNeill is their second best player on that defensive line, and he gave our interior all kinds of issues last matchup. On top of that, they might be without their starting center, Frank Ragnow. He missed practice on Wednesday and Thursday, and his status is in doubt for this weekend. This is a huge matchup. What is your confidence level going forward? I have a special show releasing later tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern, with a special guest. I will also be appearing on 3 Point Stand show live tonight at 6 Eastern. Check that out as well. A lot of great content coming this weekend to prepare you for the game. Stay tuned, guys. Please hit that like button for me. And until next time, bear down.